a little calculator. I said, okay, he was on the radio for 26 years before he started the Through the Bible radio ministry. Then he was on for 21 years until his death. But since he died, he's been on the air for 28 years.
Oh my.
And I would argue he has had a greater global impact, and God has used him even more powerfully here in this country. I mean, everywhere I go, they know him. And it isn't about the man. The point is, it was about the Word of God, and God is demonstrating through this very simple, humble ministry called Through the Bible, where we have a guy on the air who's no longer here for 28 years, and he keeps honoring it. And so my message to all of us, you, me, all of our listeners is, don't forget the power of the Word of God, and just give it out simply.
Amen. We're talking with Greg Harris today here on the Bottom Line Studios. I want to say the Bottom Line Show. This is for all the Crawford Network. I'm Roger Marsh, the host of the Bottom Line Show, heard weekday afternoons on KBRT in Los Angeles and all up and down the West Coast. Greg is a good friend of the Ministry of Crawford Broadcasting, of course, as is Through the Bible. And we're sharing these stories here, too. The whole idea of the World Prayer Team and what Through the Bible is doing, this is a way for us here in the United States to engage with people all over the world who are hearing Through the Bible in how many different languages?
We're now in about 120 languages. We have broadcasts, we say, into over 160 countries, but our internet ministry got responses from over 190 countries. So I like to keep it simple and say we're heard almost everywhere in the world.
You really are.
Really. And that doesn't, some people put English on the internet and say we can be heard all over the world. This is people hearing in their own languages.
Right. And the World Prayer Team,
yes.
Another reference to that, too, because I think this is powerful for us here in the States who used to write letters to missionaries and that type of thing. And it's one-on-one, which is wonderful. But this is a way to use that global web technology to really connect.
Well, and if you watch the news and you get discouraged and you think, what can we do? I would say join the World Prayer Team. It will take just a tiny little bit of your time. It will encourage your heart. You're going to hear stories like this almost every day, Monday through Friday. You'll get an email. That's it. If you sign up, you won't get anything else. I promise you. We will not send you anything, a catalog. You can't even get on our mailing list unless you ask. I mean, you could give a huge amount of money, and we'll send you a receipt, but we won't put you on our mailing list. We do everything wrong in a sense, Roger. You know what I mean?
I know. And you say wrong in quotes.
Yeah, wrong in quotes. We do things that don't make sense from the standpoint of the world. We don't do any fundraising. We trust God to bless the listeners to send the money in. And what we do ask for, though, a lot is prayer. We have no compunction about that. And so, yes, we are asking people, go to ttb.org/pray. I've done it. It takes literally about 30 seconds. If you give us your email, I promise all you'll get is a Monday through Friday beautiful email with some information about a different country, encourage you to pray, and a great story like the ones I'm sharing today.
Roger Marsh here in the studios of KBRT Los Angeles, Crawford Broadcasting for all of Southern California, the host of the Bottom Line Show, that heard every weekday afternoon from 3 to 5. Joined in studio for this conversation by Greg Harris, the president of Through the Bible and the Through the Bible Radio Network. Greg, we've been talking about how wonderful it is that Through the Bible has this international outreach as well as a great ministry here in North America that we are privileged to be a part of with our Crawford stations to carry the Through the Bible show. But there's a component here in the U.S. that has been kind of raised in heightened awareness, and we read about these stories too. We're worried about radical Islam in the United States. We're worried about terrorist attacks. At the same time, we see and hear what kind of ministry opportunities there are